Long time no see, y'all. Long time no see. In today's video, we're just gonna be talking. We're gonna be catching up and just talking. I want to give y'all some life updates about what's been going on in my life, because life has definitely been lifing. Just so y'all know, I am stopped up, so please excuse that. I'm currently trying to retwist my little twist. I've been so freaking lazy with my hair lately, y'all. But and I think it's because of everything that's been going on in life in the past month. Like, I don't even know where to start. I guess we'll start from the beginning, right? Okay, so first things first, I'm pregnant. I am pregnant, y'all. Today marks 13 weeks. I'm now 13 weeks pregnant, and it's such an incredible experience. It's an experience like if you don't really understand it until you're in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so beautiful, but also it's kind of nerve-wracking, because in the back of my mind I'm just like, okay, I gotta keep a whole human being alive for 18 years, if not longer than that. That's kind of nerve-wracking. But to know that God has hand-selected me for this awesome assignment, I'm so incredibly thankful, because I know that the journey to motherhood isn't so simple for everybody. So I'm very thankful to be able to be pregnant, and y'all just keep me in your thoughts and your prayers in the coming months. Pray that I have a beautiful and healthy pregnancy, a smooth and easy labor and delivery. I know that pretty much everybody in life says that labor and delivery is difficult, but I just been believing God that I'm going to have an easy and smooth labor and delivery. I believe that God is going to make me the exception, because, I mean, the Bible is filled with that, y'all. The Bible is filled with God making an exception for his people, you know? Like, seas don't part and allow thousands of people to walk through. But in that instance, God made an exception. Bushes don't burn without being consumed. But in that instance, God made an exception. You know what I'm saying? Like, just think about all the times that God made an exception for his people. And so, I know it might be kind of mundane, but I believe that God is going to make an exception for me and give me a very easy and smooth labor and delivery, and a very easy and smooth pregnancy. And I'm just believing that in the name of Jesus. You have not because you ask not. So I am just believing God for that. I am 32 years old, and so I'm ready to be a mom. My 20s were great. My 20s were fun. I've been able to travel. I've been able to experience so many wonderful, fun things in life with my husband and with my family, with my friends. And so now I feel like I'm ready. I feel like I'm ready for motherhood, because everything else in life, it just seems so boring. It really does. Like, nothing really much excites me anymore. And I just feel like with motherhood, it's just going to bring a whole new excitement to life. Like, I look forward to going to fairs again. I'll be looking forward to going to the zoo again. all because I'll be able to experience that with my child. And I don't know, like, I just feel like stuff like that, it just hits different when you have a kid of your own and you see their face light up and you're able to just experience all of these beautiful things with them. So I'm so excited. I'm excited for motherhood. I know that it's not going to be a walk in the park, but I believe that God calls mothers. And if we weren't able to do this awesome assignment, God would never call us to do it. And I believe that if I wasn't equipped to be somebody's mama, God just, he wouldn't have called me to do it. So I'm so excited for this. And I have a wonderful husband. I have a wonderful support system. And, shout out to my family. Shout out to my husband. I'm very, very thankful for him because I know he's going to be an amazing father. I really do believe that. He's so loving. He's so kind. He loves kids. And I know he's going to be a great dad. And I believe that's something that's wrong with a lot of kids nowadays. They don't have a good father and a good father figure in their life. And I'm thankful that my baby is going to have such a great dad that they can lean on and depend on to lead them and guide them throughout life. And I have a great church family. And that's one of the reasons why I chose the church that I chose, because they have a great children's program. And if you ever go to my church, you see like the kids there, they're so excited about being at church. They're so excited about the things of God. And you don't see that in a lot of churches. Like, no shade, but like I didn't see that in my church growing up. In the church that I grew up in, I did not see that. Like the kids that went to my church, like a lot of them, we were dragging up in there. Like, we did not want to be up in there. And when we were there, we were just there to really just socialize. We weren't really there to really chase after God. But the kids and the teenagers at my church now, they're just excited to be there. They're excited to grow in Christ. And like I said, it's just a beautiful thing. It really is. So I'm excited about this wonderful new chapter that I'm embarking on. Let me tell y'all how I found out that I'm pregnant. So y'all, I keep a period tracker in my phone. I'm not one who likes to just wing it when it comes to my cycle. My cycle is pretty consistent. It comes on around the same time every month. And my cycle, for the past few months, have been coming on like the first week of every month. So I knew, according to my period tracker app, that my cycle was supposed to come on around the 5th or the 6th of July. Well, those days came and went. Nothing. Aunt Flo had not visited me. And so I was just like, okay, something isn't right here. And like, I'm not on birth control. I never have been on birth control. So like, no shade to anybody who is. Me personally, I just never believed in it. I just felt like you're altering your body. You're altering the natural flow of your body. And it's like you're trying to take the easy way out. That's just my opinion when it comes to birth control. I don't agree with it. I know some people, they take birth control, to give them relief for their menstrual periods and things of that nature. And if that's your reason, then hey, do what you do. But if you're doing it just to keep from getting pregnant and all this other stuff, I just don't agree with it, because there's so many other ways you can practice safe sex without altering the natural flow of your body, in my opinion. Like, and honestly, if this is how I've always felt about sex, especially sex before marriage. If you feel like you're grown enough to do it, then you need to be grown enough to deal with the consequence of it. Like, and that's what I'm going to tell my kids. If you feel like you're grown enough to do it, be grown enough to deal with the consequences. And pregnancy is one of the consequences of unprotected intercourse. So, I mean, that's just what it is. That's my opinion. But anyways, back to my my pregnancy story. So my period never came, right? And I knew something wasn't right. But I knew there was a very big chance that I could be pregnant. You know what I'm saying? And so I waited, a few more days. And I went on and took my pregnancy test. I went to Target. I bought a pregnancy test. And I took it, and it came back positive. And like, the first thing I did was I thanked God. I thanked God, because I know, like, again, I'm 32, and I know that the older you get, the more harder it becomes to even get pregnant. And I know the complications that come with pregnancy the older you get into your 30s and things of that nature. And so I was just like, God, I thank you. I'm so thankful. Like, I'm not even gonna be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this, because to me that's selfish. My mother, my grandmother, my great-grandmother, they all had to go through this season of giving of themselves. A lot of people say that once you have kids, then it's no longer about you. And this is my response to that. Duh, it's no longer about you. But you know what? The only reason why you're here and you had the childhood that you had is because somebody had to be selfless. Your mom and dad had to be selfless. They had to put their dreams on hold. They had to put their admirations on hold. They had to put so many other things that they wanted to do. Simple things like going out and having a social life and things of that nature. They weren't always able to do that. But you know what? They had you. And they were selfless. And so I just feel like parenthood is just a really special rite of passage. It's a rite of passage that our parents had to go through, our grandparents had to go through, our great-grandparents had to go through, and so now we're embarking on that as well. So I'm thankful. I'm thankful for this opportunity of being able to be a mom. But the past 2 months haven't just been the bliss of finding out that I'm pregnant. I've also had a lot of roadblocks along the way. One of those roadblocks is I had to quit my full-time job. Yes, I had to quit my full-time job. And that was like literally the one thing I did not see coming. Like, that is the freaking curveball that life threw me back in August that I did not see coming. And y'all, like, lately I've been using this Honey Hydrate by Camille Rose. I'm really digging it. Like, it's leaving my hair so freaking hydrated. It's so soft. Like, tomorrow when I wake up, my hair is going to be so freaking soft. It's ridiculous. And I've been using Honey Hydrate in my little spray bottle for the longest, but I have not used it on my hair. And I'm shook. I can't believe how soft the stuff leaves your hair. It's crazy. But anyways, y'all, back to my story. So yeah, y'all, I had to quit my freaking job. I was a PCA in a particular school district. I'm not going to name the school district. But I was a personal care assistant. And I was a personal care assistant for roughly like 6, you could say 7 years. But just to even it off, I was a personal care assistant for 6 years in this school district. And I think I did a really good job at my job. I rarely called off. I went to work. I was very faithful. I was very dedicated. I was a worker that people really could depend on, you know, at the end of the day. And that is something you can't find that often in the workforce, in the workplace nowadays. You're not going to find a lot of people that you really can depend on. But I like to pride myself into saying that I was a good freaking worker. And I was reliable. And I was a team player. The particular student that I was in charge of, she never came back to school this school year. She never came. First day of school, she didn't get off the bus. Second day, didn't get off the bus. Third day, didn't get off the bus. Okay. Now, at the school I was working at, there were 2 personal care assistants, me and another lady. This other lady, she went on like a medical leave or something of that nature back in April. I don't really know the ins and outs of it because I don't try to concern myself with other people's personal lives and personal business. But she went on like a medical leave. And I don't know if these people knew she was coming back or not, but at this school, they always ask, do you intend on coming back to school? And they ask this question around in January, February of every school year. This lady already made it known that she wasn't coming back. So just based off of that alone, these people really should have made sure that her position was filled. Okay, not like that's the common sense logic, right? Right. Okay. So just going off of that logic, you would think these folks would have made sure her position was filled for this school year. And long story short, I don't know what happened. I don't know what it was that was going on, but they did not fill this girl's position. Why? I don't know. But I came back to work, you know, because I ain't got nothing to do with what the next person do or don't do. If you don't come back to work the next school year, that ain't got nothing to do with me. So, you know, I came back to work. Unbeknownst to me, I did not know that my student wasn't coming back for whatever reason. And, you know, I did not know that they hadn't filled the other personal care assistant's job position. So they tried to stick me with her student. Now at the time, I'm 9 weeks pregnant. Like I told y'all earlier in the video, I'm 13 weeks now. So all of this recently happened, okay? But at the time, I was 9 weeks pregnant, going on 10 weeks. And these people knew I was pregnant because the week before that, I let them know. I let them know that that I was going on I had my first sonogram appointment and I was going to have to leave work early or whatever. So they were aware. It's not like they just didn't know that, you know, I'm pregnant or whatever. They knew. But they still tried to stick me with this lady's student. And this lady's student literally likes to fight, y'all. Like, she likes to punch. She's like a freaking cage fighter. Okay? I'm not even exaggerating. She likes to fight and punch. And where she likes to punch is in the stomach. Why would you put a pregnant woman with a student like that? Why? You know what I'm saying? Why would you do that? Like, book smarts alone. Let's just use our common sense that the good Lord gave all of us, right? Why would you do that? Why would you put a pregnant woman with a student that likes to punch people in the stomach? Why? And I told the principal, I was like, look, I'm 9 weeks pregnant. I can't work with this student. I can't do this. And you would think that with somebody like me, with someone who had been nothing but a good, reliable worker, I've never caused this school or the administration at this school any type of heartache, any type of headache, any type of strife. You would think these people would be willing to work with me. They would be willing to be like, okay, well, we're going to move some people around then. We know you're obviously pregnant, and we're not going to hold ourselves liable if something happens to you while you're at work. And we're not going to put you or your unborn child in harm's way out of just common human decency. We're not going to do that. So we're going to move some people around, and we're going to make this work. You would think people with the book smarts, with the degrees, with the years of experience these people have, and just basic professionalism, they would do that. They did not do that. Basically, what this man told me is, oh, you're a PCA. When he let that come out of his mouth, I handed him my badge. Because what you're essentially telling me is a job title that I did not go to college for 5.5 years for is supposed to come before my unborn child. That's what you're telling me. And I say this because you can get a homeless person on the street to be a personal care assistant. Okay? It really don't take much of any type of knowledge, no type of know-how to do this job. You're essentially just sitting there and keeping this kid at bay. You know what I'm saying? You're basically this kid's shadow throughout the day. You can get a homeless person off the street to come in and do this job. This job don't require years of training, years of, education or anything. You know what I'm saying? Anybody could have done this job. So for them to just bluntly look for me to do this job and just disregard my safety and disregard my child's safety, it was really mind-blowing and really heartbreaking. Because again, I was a good worker. I was never late, never called out. You know what I'm saying? I did what I was supposed to do when I was supposed to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. And so I quit. I handed my badge over and I walked away. Because at the end of the day, a job title don't come before the title of me being this child's mother. Like, for real. For real. I can get another job. But I only have right now to be a mom. And, I did get another job, thanks be to God. And it's a part-time job, but it's a job nonetheless. And, quiet as it's kept, I wasn't going to finish the school year out anyways. Like, I was going to have my baby in March, and I was going to call it quits. Because I was going to stay at home with my child. I'm going to be a stay-at-home mom. And so, just so y'all know, new content is coming. More content is coming. I'm going to be bringing y'all along on the journey of me preparing for my baby and navigating motherhood. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have a whole new person on the channel, and I think this is just gonna be a beautiful thing, y'all. A beautiful thing. And I'm really excited. I'm excited to meet my baby. I'm excited for you guys to meet my baby, and just bring some real, raw, uncut motherhood content for y'all, and just share stuff with y'all that I feel like is genuinely going to help you guys, stuff that's helping me in this journey. So with my new job, I plan on working that job until like mid-February or so, however long my baby will allow me to work. And after that, again, I'm just gonna be a stay-at-home mom, and I'm gonna still be pumping out content, and y'all gonna be joining me on this beautiful ride, y'all. Thank you guys for your patience and your love and your support. I know the past 2 weeks I have not been putting out content because life have just been lifing. I did have like a little pregnancy scare. I had some internal bleeding, and so I've been just trying to take it easy to let that kind of heal. But on my ultrasound, it says that my baby is doing great. Every time I go to the doctor, it's nothing but good reports, and my baby is developing great, strong, beautiful heartbeat. And so we find out the gender at the end of this month, which is right now at the time of filming this is September. So we find out the gender at the end of this month. I am due March 11th. And so y'all, we're just going to focus on the positive. We're not going to focus on the negative. And we're not going to focus on what the devil tried to take from me. One thing I've learned is the faithfulness of God. God is so faithful. And I've seen his faithfulness this month. I was so afraid of so many things, like insurance. Because when I walked away from my job, I walked away from my insurance. And that's one of the main things you need being pregnant. You need insurance. You need insurance. But I'm seeing for myself the faithfulness of God. And I will be able to hold my baby and tell my baby this story someday. The story of what I went through in my first trimester with him or her. And I'll be able to let them know, like, God is faithful. God is with you. God was with you even in my womb. God is with you. And I just want to encourage you guys that God is with you. It doesn't matter what's going on in your life right now. God is faithful. And the scripture that I had just been really just standing on in the past month is Deuteronomy. Like, I've Deuteronomy 31:6. And it's literally my screensaver because it's just been such a blessing to me. Like, it says, be strong, take courage, don't be intimidated, don't give them a second thought, because God, your God, is striding ahead of you. He is right there with you. He won't let you down. He won't leave you. And I love that. I love that, y'all. Like, I have this little journal in my Bible, and I wrote a letter, like a little open-handed letter to my child when I first found out I was pregnant. I had to been like 6 or 7 weeks at the time. And I looked like 2 weeks ago, I looked at the bottom of the page, and it has Deuteronomy 31:6 at the bottom. So I just feel like God knew, even before I knew, he knew everything that I was going to go through. But he left this beautiful reminder that I need to be strong. I need to be courageous. I don't have a reason to be intimidated. I don't have to give these people a second thought. He's saying don't give those people at your old job a second thought. Because God, your God, the God of your ancestors, the God of Abraham, Jacob, and Isaac, is striding along ahead of you. And so I just want to encourage you that God, your God, is going ahead of you. I don't know what your situation may be, but I do know we're all going through something. And I want you to know that God goes ahead of you. He's preparing the way for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's just like the children of Israel. All they saw was the Red Sea ahead of them. They didn't see how God could open that sea up and literally make a way. And when I walked away from my job for the last time, when I clocked out from that job for the last time, I didn't see where God was going to make a way. I was in a vehicle that was costing me nearly $700 a month. Now I'm out of that vehicle. I'm in another car that's more realistic for me. And the note is like less than half. It's like less than $400 a month. That's God. Now, obviously, I won't be working, so my husband will be taking on the load of paying the bills and things of that nature. But that's God. That's a blessing for myself, for my husband, for our family. Within the same month that I quit, I got another job. That's God. And this job is so easy. It's so laid back. I don't have to worry about it being strained on my body. I'm still able to make all of my appointments. That's God. Like, I'm telling y'all, God is real. And he is with you. I got my insurance. I got my insurance through my husband's job. I'm on his insurance now. So all of my needs are still met. And I'm putting this on camera so that somebody out there can be encouraged to know that God is with you. The devil might mean it for bad, but God will turn it around and make it for your good. Because see, the devil thought that he was going to take my child away. He thought that I was so dependent on a job that I would stay on it and risk me losing my child. But I walked away and I had no other choice but to trust God, y'all. I had no other choice. No other choice. And it's in those moments where you have literally no other choice but to trust God. That's when God shows himself faithful. That's when God shows up and literally shows out in your life. And that's why I'm putting this on camera. So that you all can be encouraged. And so that I can be encouraged in the months to come, in the years to come. And be reminded of God's faithfulness. This video isn't about me walking away from a job. Because you know what? Jobs come and go. Okay? And when it's time for me to go back to the workforce, I'm putting this on camera. I believe that I'm going to be able to get another job and another job that pays me way more than what this job was paying me. Because in all retrospect, this job wasn't even paying a whole lot. Not in today's economy. Okay? In all retrospect, quiet as it's kept. And that's another thing. Don't put yourself in harm's way for these jobs, because these jobs really don't care about you. You're just another employee. You're just another number on their roster. Put yourself, Put your safety, put your mental health, put your physical health, put the well-being of your family first. Because these jobs can take you or leave you. And you need to be in that, you need to have that same energy. Don't put your life on hold. If you want to take that trip, take that trip. Take that trip. If you need that mental day, take that mental day. Okay? Because one thing about it, these jobs, I believe most jobs are shorthanded. I'm pretty sure nowadays, most jobs need people. Because a lot of people left jobs back in 2020 and they never went back. They never went back. So jobs have been like scrambling for help in the past 3 years. So you know what? They need you more than you need them. Honestly, they need you more than you need them. So don't put yourself on hold. Don't put your life on hold. And I wasn't finna put my child on the chopping block because people didn't do their due diligence of making sure that a department was properly staffed over the summer. Like, you had the entire summer and parts of last school year to make sure your department was properly staffed. So I'm not about to put my child on the chopping block. No. Like, I deserve to be a mother just like every other person. And it's just crazy. Like, why would they even want to put themselves in liability like that? That's another thing. Like, why would you even want to put yourself in liability like that? That's neither here nor there anymore, y'all. I just wanted to fill y'all in on what's been going on in my life and what we're going to be doing going forward. We're going to be still doing our self-care stuff because, again, self-care is not selfish. Life is going to be looking a little different in the months coming, but it's a beautiful thing, and I take nothing for granted. I have no regrets. I'm fine. I'm perfectly fine. I have a baby hygiene haul that I will be doing for y'all soon. I have another post shower routine that I will be doing for y'all real soon. So those are 2 videos that's coming up in the next 2 weeks, y'all. So stay tuned. Make sure y'all tell a friend to tell a friend. Subscribe to the channel, y'all. I got a new Bible study little devotional book. I'm now studying through the book of Psalm, and I'm so excited because this extra devotional kind of breaks down the book of Psalm. And so we're going to be studying throughout the book of Psalm together. I'm probably going to be opening some videos up, just doing a very quick Bible study just to encourage you guys and to encourage myself, because I be needing the encouragement just as much as y'all need the encouragement. You know what I'm saying? Like, as I encourage y'all, I'm also encouraging myself. So join me on this ride. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, y'all. You do not want to miss the content that's coming up within the next year. So thank y'all so much for watching this video. If you've gone through a similar situation on a job, please comment down below. Share your story. I want to let you know you're not alone, and let me know that I'm not alone and dealing with jobs that don't give a darn about you. So please let me know, y'all. I will catch y'all in my next video. Thank you for sitting through this very lengthy video. And I will see y'all next video. Bye.